Some of the cool things that we have here that help us to be able to run our programs and to do our programs, we have a very beautiful trail system, and there are shorter trails so we can take an entire loop in an hour. I have a big fondness for the edible estates. Also the grower's garden in the children's garden, the Gaffield Children's Garden, is a really important new garden for us, and that's been a big success. These two edible gardens I think are so important because it helps kids and adults learn where their food comes from.
Here in the conservatory we have one facility with 3 separate compartments or rooms in it. The first room is the tropical house, and here you'll find plants from around the world that live in frost-free environments, what is classically called the tropics. These insignificant flowers give the visitor no hint that the fruits that come from them are the sole source of chocolate. Pineapples are from the Peruvian Andes. They were domesticated both as a starchy fruit and as an arrow poison. This is indeed the coffee plant from which the coffee beverage comes. In the second house, you have the Mediterranean and warm temperate climates. These are plants from areas such as California, Australia, parts of New Zealand, and the classic Mediterranean. This is the cork oak from the Iberian Peninsula, that is Spain and Portugal, where it's native. And the cork is indeed the bark, and it's an adaptation for surviving fires. We've created an artificial bog in order to grow some of the insectivorous, that is, insect-eating plants. The most famous one is endemic to the Carolinas of the United States, and that's the Venus flytrap. Olives are completely inedible until they're processed, usually by pickling and salting.
Well, here at the gardens we have a bonsai collection of over 50 plants. Some of our trees are hardy plant material and some of them are tropical. Currently we have a display of 3 or 4 trees in the temperate house, but we are raising money and expecting to have a bonsai garden outside, its own space, that will display as many as 30 trees and have a space that visitors can come and see bonsai being worked on by the volunteers.
The third house, the desert house, has plants from around the world that inhabit hot deserts. Hot deserts are those that never freeze. One of the first sets of plants you'll hit in our own display case are the stone plants, or lithops, which are endemic to parts of South Africa. We have a great diversity of cacti here in the desert house. Aren't they beautiful? This is a welwitschia. There's no common name for it. The plants can live for over 1,000 years in the wild. Ours is about 10 years old now, and it grows by growing new leaf tissue at the bottom of the old leaf. You can think of it as toothpaste extrusion. This is a variegated century plant, or agave. They're called century plants because they live for decades, bloom and die.
It's a parade of people by my window, and I see so many moms and dads, and they're clearly going out for an outing. They're going to meet their friends. That's the kind of responses that we get from the adults. Almost always we hear the kids say how much they love it, and they say things like, "This is the best day of my whole life." I mean, they really say that.